Hi folks, Shelley here from Spin Cushions. Today I'm going to show you how to make this pattern from my Siren's Atlas collection called Sidra. Pretty easy. I'm going to do the lazy popcorn method here and some back post stitches. Make this little raised part pretty cool. Nothing too hard, but I will show you how it's all done. Okay, I'm going to make mine all in a single colour, but I'll let you know if you need to do anything different if you want to change colours. Alright, our first round, either start with chain 3 or 4, join into a loop or a magic circle like I like to do. And our first round begins with chain 1, and then you're going to do 12 double crochets UK or single crochets US in your magic loop. Now that one chain doesn't count, it just makes it a little bit easier to find that first stitch to join back up into. 2, 3, I'm sure you don't want to watch me fumble, I'll do 12 and show you what's next. Alright, that's 12 stitches done. So now it's just a matter of pulling tight my magic circle, making sure it's not twisted. Oops. Sorry. And I'm going to join with a slip stitch, if I can find my loop. I think I'd be used to working through the camera by now, wouldn't you? I'm sorry for fumbling so much. Right, one. Goodness me. All tangled up over myself. Oops. Okay, so join with a slip stitch to your first stitch. There we go. Done. Okay, next round is very simple. We're going to chain 3 starting chain or false stitch. I seem to be very close up there, sorry. Then I'm going to do a stitch in the same space as our first stitch. That's a treble UK or a double US. And we're going to do 2 of those stitches in every stitch around. So we'll end up with 24 stitches. So I will do that and fix up my camera angle and come back and show you what's next. Okay, so I've done my 24 stitches all the way around. Now I just need to join with a slip stitch to my first stitch, whether that's a chain 3 starting chain or false stitch. Alright, now if you're changing colours, fasten off your yarn and start with a back post half double treble UK or a back post half triple US, a standing version of that stitch around the post of any stitch. I'm keeping the same colour, so I'm going to chain 1 and then I'm going to do a slip stitch around the post of the stitch that I slip stitched into, and then I'm going to do my false stitch, or you would do chain 3 starting chain or false stitch. So doing that slip stitch kind of makes it look like it's a back post stitch, even though it's not really. And then we are going to do a back post half double treble UK or a back post half triple US around every stitch. Oops. So we will have 24 stitches again this round, and it's going to create that little sort of cupped centre that we have at the start. So there you go. I'll work my way around and I'll show you what's next. Okay, my 24 stitches are done. So now I just need to join with a slip stitch to my first false stitch or on the top of your chain 3 starting chain. Right. Now we'll get on to the next round, which is going to be very, very ruffled at the end. Now all the stitches in this round are double trebles UK or triples US. So I'm going to do a false one of those stitches, or you can do chain 4, starting chain. Now we're going to do 4 double trebles UK or triples US in the same space as our slip stitch. So it's 2, 3, goodness me, 4, sorry, that's 4 stitches in total. It needs to be 5 stitches in total, including your first one. Right, so there's my first 5 stitches. Then we're going to chain 2. We're going to skip 1 stitch. I'll skip this one, and then we'll do 5 double trebles UK or triples US in the next stitch. And we're going to do that all the way around. So it is going to be very ruffled, but the next round magic will happen and it will become nice and flat again. So chain 2, skip 1, 5 double trebles UK, triples US in the next stitch. You should have 12 groups of 5 stitches and 12 2 chain spaces. So I'll do all that and I'll meet you back and show you what happens next. Okay, so there you go. I've done all of my repeats. I just need to chain 2 and join with a slip stitch to the top of my first stitch. Okay, now you can see it's very ruffled, but it's okay. We're going to fix that right now. So we start off by doing chain 1, and that chain 1 doesn't count in any of our stitch counts. It's just a way to get us to the right spot. Now we're going to do a double crochet UK, single crochet US behind those 5 stitches, just directly below. You can see that makes it like a little popcorn stitch without having to take your hook out and do all that annoying stuff. We're going to do a stitch in the 2 chain space, a double crochet UK, single crochet US, and we're going to do the same stitch in the next 5 stitches. So it's only every second group that we'll be gathering together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do a stitch in the 2 chain space before we gather. Then we're going to do one behind. Then we're doing one in the 2 chain space again. And then a stitch in the next 5 stitches. So every second one, you're kind of doing like a back post stitch, but you're behind 5 stitches instead of just 1. And not really a back post stitch anyway, but I'll show you one more time. So we do a stitch in the 2 chain space, then you poke your hook in that 2 chain space out the other side and do a double crochet UK, single crochet US, and do a stitch in that space again. So we do that all the way around and it will magically be flat, and I'll show you what happens next. Okay, so I've worked my way all the way around. You can see it's not ruffled anymore. It's nice and flat. Just need to join up with a slip stitch to our first stitch. That's why we did that chain 1, to make that easy to work into. Okay, so that is that. So now we are up to round 6 and we're going to start to square off. So the first step we're going to do is chain 4, starting chain, or a false double treble UK or triple US. Then we're going to do a half double treble UK or a half triple US in that same space we did our slip stitch. Then we're going to start our sides, which is a treble UK WS in the next stitch. Then it's a half treble UK or half WS in the next stitch. Then it is a double crochet UK, single crochet US in the next 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to do a half treble UK, half WS in the next stitch, then a treble UK or a WS in the next stitch, and then we're up to our corner, which is a half double treble UK or half triple US, a double treble UK or a triple US, 1, 2, 3, and then another half in the same space. Goodness me. Try that again. Right. So that is our side. There to there, and that is our corner, all in the same stitch. And you'll notice that it's above the middle stitch of a 5 stitch group on there, but on the other opposite, diagonally opposite corner, it will be directly above one of these fake popcorns. So there you go. I'll work my way around and show you what's next. All right, almost all the way around. Just need to do one more stitch in the same space as our first stitch. Is a half double treble UK or a half triple US. And join with a slip stitch to the top of our first stitch. Okay, not long to go now, only 3 more rounds. Okay, next round we'll start with chain 3 starting chain or a false stitch. We're going to do 2 trebles UK, doubles US in the same space as that slip stitch. 1, 2. Then we're going to do a treble UK, WS in all the stitches along the sides. There should be 13. 2. Anyway, I will fast forward to the end of this side and show you how to do the corner. Done 12, this is my last stitch, 13. Okay, so the corner is in the next stitch, which you'll see is that middle stitch. It's 2 trebles UK, doubles US, a half double treble UK or a half triple US, and 2 trebles UK, WS, all in the same stitch. And you just got to do that all the way around. So I'll come back and show you how to finish off. Okay, so there you go. All my repeats done. Just one more stitch to do, or 2 more stitches, sorry, in the same place as our first stitch. Trebles UK is doubles US. Then we're going to join with a slip stitch to our first stitch, whether that's your starting chain or a false stitch. All right. And 2 very simple rounds to go now. All double crochets UK, single crochets US. So the first thing we do is a stitch in the same place as our first slip stitch. And then 1 in every stitch along the side. Our corners are a stitch, chain 2 and a stitch. Double crochets UK, single crochets US. So I will work my way around and show you what to do at the end of this round. Okay, I've gone all the way around. I just need to do a stitch in the same place as our first stitch. If you're changing colours, chain 2, join with a slip stitch. If you're not changing colours, chain 1. And if you're new to my way of doing things, pop a little scrap of yarn in the corner before you join, before you join with a double crochet UK, single crochet US to that first stitch. And that kind of puts us in the middle of what would be a 2 chain space. So the first stitch we do of the last round is a stitch over the joining stitch again, double crochets UK, single crochets US. So where that stitch marker is where you put your hook. And then a stitch in every stitch along the side, and the corners, they're the same again, but in the 2 chain space this time. A stitch, chain 2 and a stitch. So I will do all of that and I will come back and show you how to finish off. Okay, so I've worked my way all the way around. I just need to do 1 stitch in the same place as our first stitch, which is where that stitch marker is. I'll take that out now. And we're going to chain 2 and join with a slip stitch to our first stitch. And that is that. Just fasten that off. Okay, so there we have Sidra. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but that's what I'm going with. So there we have it. Now pretty much the same size in Bendigo Woolen Mills cotton and the Cascade Ultra Pima cotton. If you do need to adjust the size, you can either take off a round if it's too big or repeat the last round if it's too small. But there you go. I hope you enjoy making a Sidra. And don't forget to pop to spincushions.com for more crochet fun. I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.